I have heard and seen a lot of women complaining passionately about all the sacrifices and all the things that they do for the men in their lives. And yet still, these men do not reciprocate. They do not appreciate the things that these women are doing for them. In this video, I want to share 10 qualities that every woman needs to have. If you have this quality and yet still your man do not appreciate you and he takes you for granted, please leave. He's not the man for you. Before I jump into the video, I just want to say very quickly, I am Emmanuel Smarth. I make videos about relationship. If you're seeing me for the very first time, you're welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so much for stopping by. Now, let's get into the video. When I talk about qualities that you need to have as a woman, I'm not referring to sex, seduction, or manipulation. I'm referring to something that can be beneficial to you and the men in your life. So number one, as a woman, the first quality that you need to develop is you've got to be optimistic. In life, there's always going to be two sides to every situation, the good and the bad. You want to focus your energy on the good things in life. Sadly, there are some unfortunate predicaments, unfortunate situations that might occur in our life. For example, if you're with a man and he loses his job, or maybe you lose your job, don't dwell on how we're going to pay the bills. Don't stress the man with how we're going to survive, how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that. Our life is ruined. Don't do that. Instead, focus on how do you bounce back? How do you get a new job? Encourage the man to be strong. Let the man know that it doesn't matter if you both have lost your job. As long as you have each other, as long as you believe in yourself, you can get another job and you can bounce back. The desire and the willingness to focus on things that are positive brings about positive results. So if you're a woman and you want a man to appreciate you, you want a man to value you, want a man to love and respect you, you've got to develop the quality of being very optimistic. And I say this to you, if you are an optimistic woman and yet still a man decides to cheat on you, he does not deserve you. The second quality that every woman needs to have is developing the skill of emotional intelligence. Now, I know I've mentioned this word in one of my previous videos, but I want to reiterate the importance of emotional intelligence. First of all, when we talk about emotional intelligence, we're referring to your ability to understand your emotions, your feelings, and also the emotions and feelings of your man in this case. The reason why this quality is very much important is because I know that women are very expressive. They like to communicate. They like to talk about everything that is going on in their lives. But there are times when a man is not in the right frame of mind. There are times when a man is stressed. Maybe he's dealing with stress from his family. He's dealing with pressure from work. That is not the appropriate time to talk to the man about your feelings or your grievances. So if you develop that skill of emotional intelligence, what happens is that you can look at a man, look at his mood, and then know when to bring up certain issue. If you understand this, if you understand a man's feeling and you understand your own feeling, trust me, that is a skill that every man is going to appreciate. Furthermore, a woman that adopts the quality of financial discipline is a woman of substance, is a woman that is valuable to not just herself, but also the man in her life. You don't want to be a woman that goes around spending money like a lunatic. You don't want to be a woman that is known for spending a man's money recklessly. Now, as that may be, there are some men that have enough money and they don't mind. But if you want a man to value you, if you want a man to start taking your input seriously, then you should be that woman that plans for the future, that woman that thinks about the long-term goal, that woman that is so focused on saving for either your children or the ones that are yet unborn. So as a woman, financial discipline is a skill, is a quality that a man is going to appreciate. If a man does not appreciate that, when it comes to what you bring to the table, please look elsewhere. He's not a serious man. Another quality that every woman needs to understand is healthy boundaries. I can already feel that some of you watching this video might say, Emmanuel, what do you mean by that? If I have my husband, if I'm with a man that I love, why should we have boundaries? Remember, I said healthy boundaries. Let me explain. There are times when a man needs to concentrate and a man needs to work. Don't use that time as a period where you feel like you want to spend time with him, or a period where you feel like you need him and you're missing him. You have to understand that when your man is working, when your man is doing something that's going to bring income for you both, give him the space that he needs. Also, it could be maybe someone visits your man and they are talking, they're having a discussion. If it does not involve you, stay away from that. If you're uncomfortable with that person, tell your man or talk to your man when the person leaves. But when they are there and they are discussing something that is private to them both, learn to give them that space. Now, I guarantee, I don't think as a woman you want your man sitting down in the midst of your girlfriends when you guys are talking about things. So you also have to understand healthy boundaries. When your man is at work, let him work. Sometimes it is cute to surprise him, but if he's focusing and he's concentrating and he needs to get something done, give him space, give him time. It doesn't take anything away from the relationship. So a woman that learns and understands and master healthy boundary is a woman that a man is going to appreciate. If he does not appreciate you, leave. As a woman, you need to have the quality of separating the past from the present. Now, this works in two ways. Number one, if you have been in the previous relationship where you were cheated on, you were abused, you were neglected, don't bring that past baggage and use that as a standard for judging the man that you're with currently. Do not do that. And then secondly, if you're having a discussion with a man, because I believe that every relationship should have an open communication, a place where you can share and talk about your past experiences. If a man tells you about his past, how he used to be, for example, there are men that used to be cheaters, they used to be players back in the day, but as they mature, as they go through life, things, change. They become different people. Don't use a man's past to judge him. That is just wrong. So a woman that understands that, a woman that has the quality to differentiate a man's past from his present, is a quality that a man is going to appreciate. And then also, another quality, this is minute, but it's very much important, is do not lie. Don't tell a lie. I know it is impossible to not tell some honest lies, as I will refer to them. There are some lies that they are not harmful, but if you want a man to value you, if you want a man to take you seriously, be honest with him. Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth about himself. Tell him the truth even if it hurts him. Because at the end of the day, he's going to appreciate that. He might not appreciate it right away, but trust me, the more he thinks about it, the more he comes back into his right senses, he will appreciate you for always telling him the truth. So don't lie to your man. Tell him the truth. The remaining qualities, I'm going to run through them very quickly. So here it goes. Another quality that a woman must develop is to be very tidy. This means keep the house very clean, keep yourself very clean, make sure that the place is very decent and presentable. This is one quality that a man is going to love you for. And also, you've got to learn to respect your man. There's this saying that I really love. They say respect is best given in one's absence, not only in one's presence. So when your man is in front of you, of course, respect him. When he's not around, when it comes to actually displaying the true meaning of respect, you should be able to respect your man in his absence. Sing his praise. Talk about how wonderful he is. If he leaves an instruction, you should be able to follow that. That is what true respect is. And also, another quality is you've got to be attentive to details. There are times where a man can be talking and a woman is thinking about something else. They say some people often have something that is called selective listening, and women are guilty of this from time to time, which is to say that they only pay attention to what is important to them. If it's not important to them, they're not going to listen. So as a woman, when a man is saying something, it doesn't have to be important to you. If it is important to him, take it very seriously. If you develop this quality of being very attentive to detail and you're very detail oriented, a man is going to appreciate you for that. And finally, a woman should develop a quality of protecting her man. I understand that in most society, it is recognized or it is accepted that a man's responsibility is to protect his woman. That is true. But a woman should also develop this quality of protecting her man. Now, what do I mean by this? You should be able to see that if your man has been involved with the wrong people, the wrong crowd, you should be able to tell them, listen, These people that you're with, they are not good for you. Sometimes a woman's intuition is really good. A woman can see something that a man cannot see. Women are very emotional. They are drawn to certain things. If they don't like certain people, they will tell you right there, I don't like this person. So as a woman, have this quality of understanding or knowing the people that are right for your man. Before concluding this video, I know some of you might have questions. Some of you might say, well, Emmanuel, I have all these qualities and I've done all those things for this man. But yet still, that didn't stop him from cheating. That didn't stop him from lying to me. That didn't stop him from breaking my heart. That didn't stop him from hurting me over and over without saying sorry. I understand that. And I'm going to be honest with you, and this might come out a little bit blunt, but if you are doing all these things that I talk about for a man, and yes, still he doesn't value you, and yes, still he takes you for granted, leave him. He's probably not the man for you. You see, I've also learned to understand that some women, they fall so hard in love with a man to the point that they refuse to accept the reality. As a matter of fact, they create this false sense of reality that this man is going to change. A man that constantly and repeatedly abuses you and devalue you is a man that is not willing to change. Maybe you're not the woman for him. The sooner you can accept this, the sooner you can be able to move on to your life and probably meet the person that's going to love you, respect you, and adore you. I don't want to make this video longer than it already is. So I'll pause here and then I'll ask that we continue this conversation in the comment section. So tell me about your story, tell me about your experience. I would love to hear from you. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.